Hello everyone, welcome to another Last of Us Part 2 video. This video is going to be kind of, it's going to be kind of different, you know. I think I'm going to name it a Fit for Apocalypse video. And I know some people are going to, like, probably call this plagiarism or whatever you want to call it. Alright, but right now I'm going to be doing an infection video, alright. I might make two parts of this because I might not get everything down. You know, because I've been doing research for the past 10 minutes and just, you know, I figured out some information that I thought you guys want to know, and just, you know, because I don't know about you guys, when I start saying things aloud, I understand it more. So yeah, so this video is going to be probably like two parts of it, maybe. Let's see just how things go, really. But yeah, let's start off with the very first thing. All right, when did this infection happen? All right. In the world of The Last of Us, this infection happened in late September of 2013. Now, when that happened, it spread through the United States in late September 2013. And in just months, it's been said 60% of humanity was either killed or infected by the cordyceps fungus. Okay, so I want everyone to understand, this is not like The Walking Dead. You don't die and you come back to life as a zombie. You know what happens? You die, you die. You know, the infection needs to be alive. It needs to have a living host. Alright? You don't die in this game of the infection. It just corrupts your brain. And you can't, it goes over, it's a confusion. So, you're not really dead until someone shoots you in the face or it blows off your head. You know? There are certain people, remember in the first part of the game, you have to shoot the survivor whose gas mask broke under debris. Okay? And you either can spare him all the misery and all the anguish and the pain of going there and turning into a runner, or you can put him out, you know, or you can let him live and he can suffer through all that pain. Alright? And that's, trust me, you know, it's really hard. And I really hope when we get the Last Part 2, I really hope they'll do that again. They'll put us in a way like, you save this guy from the torment or you let him deal with it, you know. So yeah, and so let's just get that out of the way. But let's see about this cordyceps brain infection. Alright, the brain doesn't just, you know, infiltrate your... It doesn't just infiltrate, you know, your brain. It actually takes control of it takes control of your entire brain, unlike the Walking Dead virus. All right, the Walking Dead virus, it will kill you before even, you know, it will kill you before you even will be able to react to it. All right, so in this infection, you'll start to have part of yourself is turning into a human being. You're gonna be half zombie or half runner and half human. That's what runners are. They are half human. All right. They don't have full control of their reactions, of their impulses, or even what they do. When they see you, that's why their line of sight is so good, okay? Because they're part human. They're not filled with this fungus all over their face, and they're not like that. But when it gets over and over and over and over, you'll see and you'll see that it's affecting their faces. They can only hear now, you know, stuff like a clicker or a bloater. All right, so get that out of the way. So, like I just said, the fungus grows while the host is still alive, taking away their higher brain function, and while they take away that function, they take away their humanity, so they feel no remorse, they just kill. That's all they do. Yeah, hyper-aggressive, and there are 4 stages, and hopefully it's in here. Yeah, I don't think it may be in here. Yeah, it's probably not in here, but yeah. Well, anyways, it's what... There's 4 stages. There's a runner, there's a stalker, there's a clicker, and there's a bloater. The hardest one up there, the most challenging one, is a bloater. A bloater is ridiculously hard to kill. The best way you can actually actually deal with it is not even trying to kill it. Alright, that's the best way. Unless you have like a lot of like fire and explosives. Fire will always, because the fungus plates are like armor. How do you get rid of armor? Fire. And fire will get rid of their armor, and then you can go on attack with gunshots and explosives, you know. So yeah, So that's, but the runner is like I said, is half human. You know, he may not have fully control of his body, but he's still human. That's how he can have. That's why they have such good line of sight. They can keep up with you. It's because they're still human. Their eyes can, you know, visually detect, and they can see where you're going. So, and then there goes on to the stalker. The stalker, you know, the stalker's a stalker. You know, he's a lot more smarter. In my case, I think the stalker are a lot harder than most of them. You know what I mean? That's what I believe right now. That's what I believe. I believe the stalker is one of the most challenging and the most hardest infected in this game, because it's smart, it hides behind objects, and it attacks you.
Gotcha.
So, if you know, think about this. If there is another infection, another stage infection, then what could it possibly be? What is worse than a bloater? I mean, come on. But you guys got to think about this. Infections, they mutate off and on in the years. Every year they mutate. Did you think about that? Because that's the thing. Do you think runners actually became stalkers just because people knew how it was? No, it mutated. Every single year it mutates. And some people have said, like, oh, why didn't they show it in The Last of Us Part 1? Probably because they didn't want to spoil it. Because it's probably an idea they had for the Part 2.
Hold it steady. Oh, man.
So, if that goes onto a clicker, and a clicker is really aggressive, it's the most iconic infection stage in the game. You'll see a lot of clickers, and let's say that you when you think of The Last of Us Infected, you think of a clicker. You don't really think of anything else. You think of a clicker. That's what I think every time. It's the iconic symbol for The Last of Us is a clicker. You know. So the next one is, after that, is a bloater, and I've already talked about that. All right, so now that we got all that out of the way, and I have a question for you guys. What stage of infection do not like most? What do you think is the most challenging infected in this game? All right. So let's say we already got past that. All right. And the only way to really go through because they're spores. These spores are contaminated. These things are contagious. Its contagion is far from that. Sorry about my animals. They're going crazy today. But anyways, the spores will go, because I think The Last of Us, they don't really go in depth with the spores. I've talked to my friend, and he has said to me, "Hey, Brandon, spores can attach to your clothes if you even go near them. All right? Do you see them? Because it gets to attach to your clothes. It's like radiation sickness. Because radiation can stick to your clothes, you know. And a lot of people, they don't really understand that, you know, because radiation can, and I do believe that spores can too. So if it's on spores, if spores get in your clothing, it means it can attach to you. I really think they avoided that. Or either they didn't know, or they just avoided it because they didn't want to make it more complicated, you know what I mean? So let's say if Joel did have it on his clothes, alright? If he did, how would you treat if it got on your clothes? You gotta switch clothes immediately. You gotta switch clothes a lot, because, you know, being hit with spores, man, it's gonna attack you like radiation. It's worse than radiation. Alright? It gets on you, and then the more you have it on you, the more it's gonna get to your skin. And when it gets onto your skin, that's where it gets bad. Alright? That's where it can, because these spores are not just spores. They can go through your skin. They're so radiated, they can go right through your skin and go right into your bloodstream. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think it's worse than being bitten. You know, you're choking on a vapor, on a gas that is like everywhere, man. Really, I'm just glad it's not like out in this entire world. You know, like not into the atmosphere, because if that was the case, then we all be screwed. Right? So gas masks are good, but when you go in here, I think they need to be a little bit more realistic with the spores and really go into it. They have to change clothes, all right? That's just how that's how he said it, you know. All right, so spores are they're not usually out in the open. They're not usually outside. You know what I mean? They're not usually outside. They're not usually in some corner in a dark alley or anything. They're usually underground or in a very, very, very tall building. All right. It's in skyscrapers, buildings, underground, mostly underground. I mean, you've seen them, you know, because the spore, like I call them spore nests. That's what I call them. I call them spore nests. The spore nests are usually underground. They're usually underground because that's, you know, it's where like most of it grows. It's kind of like it's honestly, you guys don't really know what it looks like in like in real life, neither do I. But I'm pretty sure it looks disgusting more than a hornet's nest, to be honest with you. You know. Yeah, and like subway tunnels, sewers, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that will avoid like where humans would mostly go to. All right, so if there was an infection, okay, if the infection got worse, how could it have got worse? How is there any way this infection could mutate into something else? Yes, there's always a possibility in the world of Last of Us. Always, someone can always survive. Someone and it can get mutated. Okay, what happens if it does mutate? What is going to happen to humanity, right? Because let me tell you right now, when infections, they get worse. They mutate. Flus, like the flu in the common flu, the common cold, it gets worse. That's why it's solved flu shots, all right? To me, they don't really work, you know? They just rip you off by saying it will help you, but sometimes it really doesn't, you know? But anyways, viruses and infections, they get worse every single year, okay? I really do think this is going to pass on to animals. It was from insects, and then insects to humans, and now humans to animals. Okay? Something is not right sitting here, okay? Alright? Something is not right sitting here, and I want to figure out, I'm trying to figure out how could... Hang on, let Ellie speak. Anyways, Ellie... Yeah. Anyways, if the infection got worse, that means what happens if Ellie's bite got worse? Her bite on her arm. I think it's on her left arm. I'm not really sure. I'm honestly not really sure if it was on her left arm or right arm, but on her arm, she got bit. What if that thing is mutating somehow in her body? What if she's slowly turning into an infected? And I'm not talking about some other infected. I'm talking about a new infection. You know, like I said, the world of The Last of Us is not like Uncharted, you know? It's very different. It's very, you know, yeah, it's very, very different. And I want you guys to understand that the world of The Last of Us isn't going to be a good game. It's not. It's going to be pretty dark. I mean, it gives some good moments. You know, Druckmann has said that. But I want everyone to understand that The Last of Us, it's going to be a good game, all right? But back to what I was saying about the infection stages. What happens if Ellie's this new breed of infected, and that's how it ends? That's going to be pretty dark for a game to end. Alright, like I said, not everyone's going to like it. He said everyone is not going to like the second game because it can be a lot darker. But it doesn't mean, just because it's dark doesn't mean it's not going to be good. It's probably going to be an amazing game. Very emotional, very dramatic, like the last game. Just more like, it's like Last of Us Part 2 is like The Last of Us on steroids, basically. And I just want you to understand that how this game may end is not gonna. People are not gonna like it. People are gonna say it's a bad game. It's not. Just because something had a bad ending doesn't something a really like a heart touch and very emotional ending. It doesn't mean it's not a good game. It's a good game. It's an amazing game. All right. So if the infection caught with Ellie, how would it possibly go to her brain? She said there was something wrong with her mind when she was born, and I honestly believe that Anna was experimented on by the Fireflies voluntarily for a cure. All right, and she didn't know that she was pregnant with Ellie, and so it passed it on to her. But it didn't, because in our video recording in the university, and you pick up, it talks about Anna, or a volunteer who volunteered to be experimented on, and it may have not worked on her, but it may have worked on Ellie. All right, that's why Ellie is such a unique character. Is that we don't know. We don't know. Just we don't know. All right. All right. So I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna just turn down the, because I'm gonna keep talking, and I don't want to. No, let me just. You know, yeah. Definitely need. All right. So, anyways, guys. I'll keep the cinematic where we're going. Alright, so what happens if Ellie turns? It's gonna be pretty sad, man. I love Ellie.
Who's there?
I really
Come out!
I really do have a unique relationship and a unique connection with Ellie. And I would hate to see her die.
We just want to talk.
Any sudden moves and I put one right between your eyes. Ditto for buddy boy over there. What do you want?
Yeah, no, it's a little bit too loud still. I can't do anything. Okay. And I just skip it. Doesn't matter. Alright. Alright, guys. Let's see what this old man got. I'm just kidding. Anyways, alright, so yeah, Ellie, I love Ellie. I have a unique bond and connection with her because she's been raised without her family. And she's trying to survive in a world, but she's also dealing with a few other things. Basically, finding out who she really is. That's really hard in this world, even the one in our world today. So, nothing to take away from. But she was 14 getting into this world, or even younger, and that's a very young age, man. It's a very young age to be in this type of world. This world is filled with death and all right, so I might release a little video on just me just kicking ass on the story, like in a few maybe the next video or something. So, yeah, but I'm trying to find some more ammo. Alright. Holy crap, that's a lot of, okay. Anyways, sorry, I was kind of focusing. Forgot they were playing the guy. I thought I was recording. Forgot I was recording, so. Let me get that weapon. Anyways, yeah, the infection, being an infected is, it's pretty difficult, man. Living in this world as Ellie, man, it's not easy. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of will to get through this type of world. All right, so anyways, yeah, so I just think it's really for a girl her age. I I mean, like, she survived a lot. And as for me, I've survived a lot, so it's like I'm making that connection with her. And so yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoy this type of video. Just tell me what you guys think. I'm gonna leave it off right now. I'm gonna leave this video off on a good note, and just say, yeah, I'm gonna kill this clicker right here. Hang on, let me kill these clickers for you. Don't worry, guys, I'll leave it on a good note. Alright, let's go right over here. Let's get up here. Anyways, guys, the question I'm going to be asking you guys is, if a Last of Us apocalypse happened in our world, what would you do first? You know, what would you think? What would you do first? And I'm basically telling you, what if you were a main character of The Last of Us? I was thinking about that, like, what if that was true? What if I, you know, was a main character? And crap, I hate when that happens. You guys see that? That's crazy, man. There we go, finally. I don't know why, that was crazy, guys. See how those missing those shots just... Anyways, guys, yeah, I mean, what if you were in this apocalypse? What would you do first? Because I got my own set of rules for it, man. I would have, what I first, man, was, what's this one say again? Okay. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. That's what I would have done first. I would have, this is what I would have done. I would have tried to find a weapon, alright? A knife or something, a weapon, a really good one. I wouldn't really use, I mean, I guess you can use like firearms, but because that's like, you want to save ammo in this type of world, because it's gonna be messing up. You can, you know, only use it when you actually have to. So, after that, I would try to find a place that was off the grid. Some place that was, you know, very safe and not where a bunch of people are, like cities. That's why I don't like cities. I hate how cities are, and it's very not smart to be in cities. So, alright, so, yeah. That's what I would have done, and I would have gone up and I would try to live that way. But, you know, no place ever stays. Need sugar. Alright, so yeah, that's my theory on this, guys, and that's what I would do. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't always stay that way, you know. Trying to find a place to cool down, just watch The Walking Dead. Like, literally no one can ever, like, people just, during one season, everyone's fine until the characters show up and it gets burned to the ground. So, yeah, I guess just, you know, and yeah, so this is video. I hope you guys like this video. Just answer those questions I've asked, and please answer them honestly. You don't have to agree with me, and if you don't agree with me, just tell me, you know. Just don't be rude about it. I'm just kidding. You can be however way you want. But if you guys like this video, if you have any if you have any questions, you got any opinions, you got any, or even just facts about the game, or just tell me something about The Last of Us Part 2, or just tell me about you, just put it down in the comments, and subscribe if you like me in these videos. And with that being said, take it easy.
Keep your eyes open for anything we can use.
See anything? So what do we do?
Hold our ground.
Is there any other choice? You hear that? They're on the roof.
I know. Behind you. Thanks. We're doing fine.
It doesn't feel like it.
Stay focused. We'll make it.